The livelihoods of farmers and ranchers depends on the quality of their land. That's the reason they're regarded as the original environmental stewards. Today, the Monitor's Dean Wood takes us to White Oak Pastures in southwest Georgia, where environmental practices have earned them a place among this year's finalists in the Governor's Agricultural Stewardship Awards.
For about a century and a half, the sun has risen over the Harris farm in Early County, and owner Will Harris says that if you take care of the land and the herd, then they will take care of you. And that's exactly what Harris does each and every day. White Oak Pastures owns about 1,000 acres and leases other land that is dedicated to raising 650 head of pure grass-fed beef cattle. But it's Harris's way of raising his cattle that has earned his family farm the Governor's Agricultural Environmental Stewardship Award.
Caring for our land has always been important to us. We have 650 mama cows, and we take those calves that are born all the way through and harvest them in this plant and sell the beef in high-end restaurants and grocery stores. What we've done here is vertically integrate our cattle operation. The cattle walk in one side of this plant and the beef comes out the other side of the plant. I hope that vertical integration will give my children and their children the opportunity to continue to live on this farm and make their living here if that's what they want to do.
This fifth-generation grass-fed beef cattle farm actually produces its own organic fertilizer for the green pastures using anaerobic and aerobic techniques, which is stored in underground tanks. Over 150 sheep happily provide the perfect non-chemical weed control in the pasture. Other than being an organic operation, Harris has made some changes over the years as to how things are accomplished during daily farm operations.
We have solar thermal panels on the roof of our building, and they take the water that comes out of the ground at 68 degrees and heat it up so that our electric hot water heater has to do very little or no work. This is a zero waste plant. Everything is used here. Nothing is wasted. We own 1,000 acres of land here, and we lease some additional property. Our farm is the largest certified organic farm in the state. Every acre is in grass or timber. Every acre of grass is fertilized with our liquid compost tea every year.
Making a living on the Harris farm may be a little easier than it was just a couple of generations ago, but their knowledge of the industry tells them when changes are needed to keep up with the times.
Last year, we built this plant. It's a USDA-approved on-farm processing plant. There are only two in the country, one in California and this one. This is a zero-waste plant. Everything is utilized. We sell, of course, the beef is a primary product. We sell the hides to the leather industry. We take the bones and stockpile them and grind them to make a soil amendment fertilizer. We take the eviscerate and blood to make fertilizer for the pastures.
Harris is very conscious of his land and practices ways to keep it earth-friendly, like having buffers and fences to keep the cattle out of the streams, protecting the water that flows through White Oak Pastures. There are many things that can be done to become a true steward of the land, but there's one person in particular that Harris has learned from.
George Washington Carver is a hero of mine, and he said, "In nature there is no waste," and I think that's profound. I believe that the carbon footprint of our farm is probably a negative number. I believe we sequester more carbon in these pastures than we burn fossil fuel to produce it and get it to where it's sold.
Working in true harmony with nature during normal day-to-day operations will give back to the land that gives to us, while producing true stewards of the land. I'm Dean Wood for the Georgia Farm Monitor.